Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Cosmos Atom. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the daily chart. So on the daily chart, as you can see, we have our swing low and our swing high as always. This is the same old fib, and we have our presumed bear market bottom here in June 2022 at $5.87. We were targeting the 0.5 for quite a while. We had a nice bounce. Our next bounce was off of the golden ratio after we've had the impulsive move to the upside. Let me remove that so you can see the levels a bit better. So we have this move to the upside from June into September 2022, which is exactly what I'm going to be looking for this June into September/August. So this thing is this fractal here. You can copy and paste it here, which I think is going to be playing out across the board for every single crypto, because we're going to be having a bull trap, in my opinion, in August/September. And as you can see, we are holding the $10.60 support level. We've been holding it for a while, since March actually, and we haven't broken down yet. However, you have to see that we're printing lower highs all the time. So at some point, I do think this is going to end up with us breaking to the downside. It really does look like we're going to be breaking to the downside here on Cosmos Atom. So maybe, just maybe, we might be retesting $8.78. $7.97 and $7.37. So all of these are potential levels that we could be retesting. Obviously, holding this low would be the best thing for us, because a double bottom pattern would be nice. That would be a nice bullish reversal pattern. So around $8.80 up to $9 is where I would be entering if I was looking to get more Cosmos. Of course, if we drop down into this lower support block between $7.97 down to $7.37, I would get even more tokens and send them straight into my staking wallet. I do use Kepler for staking, of course. So this is regarding the larger fib. Now, if I bring back the smaller fib real quick, let's see what's going on over there, and let's remove the arrows here. There we go. So with this fib, as you can see, we took the high that we printed back in September and we took the low in July of 2022. We had a back test of that exact same level over here. As you can see, we retested that twice. And then we had a move to the upside all the way to the 786 fib at $14.65. And now we're having a retracement down to the 0.236, which is sitting at $10.10. So I would say around $10 is still a very, very good dollar cost averaging area, especially if you haven't bought in over here, and especially if you're buying in at those higher prices or above 20 bucks. You definitely want to be dollar cost averaging as much as possible, because bringing down the average buy price is going to be the most important thing when you're taking profits, let's say at $150. It really won't matter if you bought in at $10 or at $9. What's important is that you bought in and you're taking profits at a very high price. That's what's going to be important at that very moment. You're not going to be thinking about, oh, I should have bought in slightly lower. No, you're going to be glad that you bought in at all, because some people will probably just not buy in and they will regret that. Now, as you can see, we're coming back into this descending broadening wedge, and it doesn't look like we're going to be retesting the support here, because that would take us all the way down to, $3 or something, $3.05 roughly. So you definitely I don't expect us to be retesting that, so we can remove that support trend line for now. Let's actually bring back the larger fib. And let's remove that trend line, and we'll jump into the daily RSI real quick to see what's going on over there. So we had a bounce off the pink support trend line that we were targeting for quite a while. Now, with any capitulations, like I always tell you guys, this bottom here, this support trend line is going to be really, really important. As you can see, we have two previous bounces off that level in the past year or so, or the past 6 months, I should say. So we had one bounce in December 2020 2022. We had another bounce in March, and potentially we could be looking at another bounce here sometime in June or January. Potentially, if we see another interest rate hike, we could see a pullback. We definitely could see a strong pullback because that will go against the market expectation, and that will definitely bring the prices down, both for the S&P 500 and the crypto space. So once we lose the pink trend line, I would definitely be targeting this yellow support trend line, and that will take us approximately down to 31.3 on the index. That's exactly where I would be looking to enter. Now let's switch over to the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention the YouTube memberships. So if you want to get more exclusive content, you want to support the channel, and you like my content, feel free to check out the memberships. So there is one membership tier here on my channel, which is $6.99, and you'll get access to my exclusive podcast that I do every single week. And now we're starting to invite guests to be on the show as well. And we share low cap gems. We take a look at my portfolio, take a look at my buys. We take a look at the financial markets. We take a look at what's happening with the Fed. So there's a whole bunch of stuff in these podcast episodes, and that's definitely a good way for you to get more content, and it's a great exchange of value. So thank you all, and let's continue with the video. Now, taking a look at the weekly chart, we obviously have our Fibonacci retracement set up from the low that we printed back in June 2022 and the swing high that we had back in September 2021. Our 1.618 target is sitting at $142. That is going to be our major bull market target in the next few years. Of course, we may go higher, we may go lower. We don't know for sure, but usually once you break above the first fib level, the 1.618 becomes your technical target. So that's why we're going to be targeting that. It doesn't mean you have to wait with your entire bag until you get to $142. You can start averaging out at the 1.414, at the 1.272, and you can maybe buy back in if you have a major pullback. But I would look at the Bitcoin price as an indicator as well. I would be looking at the Fed, seeing what they're going to be doing, because if they pause or they go for a pause after the interest rate cuts, that may be a signal for you to start taking profits. So it all depends on the situation, but that doesn't mean we cannot have long-term targets. So if we get to $142, I will probably take the rest of my profits. Maybe I'll leave 10% to ride the wave in case we go higher. But yeah, that's going to be a massive, massive level. My average buy-in price at the moment is around about $11 and something, I think. So from that all the way up to the 1.618, that's going to be 1,200% roughly. That's not too bad for a higher cap altcoin. And as you can see, we are in a symmetrical triangle right now. The yellow trend lines represent a symmetrical triangle, and as you can see, we are actually losing the support here. If I draw it correctly, you can see we're losing the support, which we haven't done since June of 2022. So we had the first bounce, then we had the bounce in December, and now we're losing that as support. So we could be coming back to this support block set between $9.98 down to $8.55. That could be a major level for us to back test before we see the next move to the upside, as we've back tested it once in December and once in July 2022. So maybe we just have the third retest, we consolidate, and then we move to the upside from there. Hopefully that's what's going to be happening. If we have a super bearish case, then obviously we could be coming back down here to the lower green support block below $6 or around $6.60. But overall, I'm very bullish on the Cosmos ecosystem. Interoperability is going to be a very, very important feature across all the blockchains in the next 10 years. So Cosmos is a part of that ecosystem, and it's definitely going to be gaining some traction within the next few years. And let me know what you think of the project, guys. If we take a look at the RSI, we're about to enter this support block, which we've been retesting for quite a while in the past 4 years. So I would be looking for some entries when we enter this support block from 42.8 down to 38.8. And that is pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to see you in the next video. Goodbye.